Mm, Video capture device. Is it possible to add my face in here? Restore virtual camera. Oh, how does it do? No. Do some things. Okay, so today I was trying to do my first stream, but Google say that I need to wait for another 24 hours. So I'll probably just start stream next week since I can only stream on weekends. So what I'm trying to do probably setting up some of my channel configurations. Let's you say yeah, I'm trying to change my profile picture. That's fine. Let's try to generate some image. Yeah, example, generate profile picture or a logo that represents a YouTube channel used for chill and sharing some knowledge. Chill and learn YouTube. Not so bad. For now, I just use this one instead of this is a YouTube customized channel. Change. Gemini. Done. Here we go. Publish. Name Arfin Track. Yeah, that's how I have my nickname, username. Usually that's the username I use on my games. Video warmer. For now, I won't be using any warmer since I'm still new. Okay, that's not so bad. Yeah, I hope it records all of my streams. So what I'm trying to do today? Uh, Maybe let's start from introduction. Um, how will we let's just use Xconidro. Okay, hi, my name is Arfin. You can call me Arfin. I am. You could say that I'm a programmer. I graduated computer science major. Is this how you write science? I think it's correct. And I love to explore new things in text, entertainments, etc. How old I am? I'm this year I turned 22. Yeah, so I was born on 2003. I was from Indonesia. I am born in Indonesia. So I'm Indonesian. So for the starting of my stream, I will start using English as the main language, as the main language. Not that I don't want to stream in Indonesia, but it's just that I would love to improve my speaking in English. Okay, so for the few start, for start, for starters, how should I say how I want to start? Okay, so yeah, for my first video, I not for my first video, but in what I have talked about, I would like to create videos about tech, AI, artificial intelligence, the future of programming. So in this channel, I won't be like teaching you guys programming stuff like how to use Python, how to talk about data science, etc. Well, we might talk some about it, but that's not the main point that I'm trying to make from streaming on YouTube. So what I would like to do is more like keep myself like do research stream. So I will find out how tech has improved. Well, for now, the topic is programming. As we all know, as some of us know who programs, there's this trend now that is called vibe coding. Yes, that's my main point that I'm trying to research on this stream. Well, maybe not stream on this video. So I'm recording this video just I don't know if I'm going to publish it or not, but I'll just record it and maybe I'll add it on my YouTube as a video and maybe you guys can watch if you guys want it. So in the end, I will make another video like for the results of the research I made in this video. Okay, let's start. Sorry about that. Okay, vibe coding. Let's find out first what vibe coding is. Well, actually, I do know, I do understand to some extent about what vibe coding is. Like we uh, we make advantage of LLMs. Okay, let's say LLMs or what we can or the long word for LLM is like large language models. So I'm going to explain it a little that what LLM is like. You guys, uh, I know you have heard about ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT, uh, Gemini, Grok, Perplexity. Well, let's not Perplexity. ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, many others. AIs. Well, in in the tech industry, this is called as LLMs, which is large language model. Uh, a model that can interpret what we prompt and return the output just like how we want it. And it can be achieved using just simple models like what you guys maybe some of you guys have heard, like CNNs, uh what else, I kind of forgot, but well, not CNNs, like Bird, well actually Google Bird, well there's a lot of machine learning models out there, deep learning models, but it won't be able to achieve what large language model can. And the example of it is like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, and for programmers, one of my not one, but my favorite ones is Claude. It's Claude AI, which is made by Anthropic, right? It's just very powerful. Okay, so there's a few type of vibe coders. Okay, so in my opinion, the first one maybe for those, maybe typing is faster. Those who doesn't know how to do programming in at all, or you could say that they have close to zero basics in programming. All they did was tell a story about their problems into LLMs, and the LLMs helps them solve their problems. That's the first one. Well, we can't say that this is just for coding, vibe coding, vibe is vibe coding the name, the terms, is it correct? I don't know. Well, I think that's the trend right now. So yeah, this is for in general of the people who use LLMs. They don't know the basic of programming. And the second one is for them who have learned programming, have a decent fundamental on how let's just say software, not software, applications is made. It can be mobile apps, games, web websites, etc. Well, there's so much a lot you can do when you know programming. But for those who have learned programming, we know that there's too much to know and handle to create a per not a perfect. There's nothing. Let's say that there's nothing perfect. Okay, to create a decent. Oh, let's say a complete applications, and it takes a lot of time to think, to type, to test, to debug, to solve, to and others. It takes a lot of our time, okay, just to create a complete applications. But then LLM came. Let's say that we want to make an app for well, the general one. For general newbies, they try to make their portfolios using these using these informations like names, CVs, experience. Just type it out, uh, and then you just give the theme like how you want it to be designed. We call it the UI or user interface. It's basically just everything you saw on screen can be said as user interface or UIs. Instagram, blah blah blah, CVs, experience, and maybe some contacts. Okay, you give the LLMs these informations. You told the boundaries, or you can say the scope on how 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 complex you want your portfolio web wants to be, and you can just uh, in the end you can just tell them to give questions to fill for the LLMs to know how you want how exactly you want it to be built. Then you prompt it, you answer some questions, and like you want it to be built on which programming language or etc. And there you go. It takes probably less than 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and you got a whole complete code and guides to create your website, which in general you probably took at least a day to make it. I mean, first we need to design it. Let's say it took 2 hours, maybe 2 hours to design how we want it to be built, and then we need to code it. Well, let's say we need to prepare the framework setup. Maybe you're using Go, maybe you are using Next.js, Python, Laravel, PHP, don't know, depends on your preference. And let's say you took 20 minutes and then you code code probably took another code the whole thing on how you design it. Probably took, let's say, 3 hours. It's a decent time. Okay, so in general, you already spent more than 5 hours just trying to create a portfolio website alone. But then LLM came, and you just need to explain your problem, and there you go. You have your website. It's done. Most of the time, you don't even need to debug it because depend on how specific you prompt your problems into the LLMs, you may as well get exactly what you wanted. Zero error, zero bugs. It's just done. Even if there's some bug, like there's a bug you encounter or errors, you can just screenshot or copy the error message and put it on a prompt. Prompt it again, and in less than a minute they know the exact solution. Well, most of the time, okay, depending on how explicit the error or the problem is given into the LLMs. And this LLM starts like Steve bought that when that only does thing you told. As time goes, well, what I mean by this, I mean, let's say you told him to teach me how to cook, but you didn't tell him, let's say, teach me how to make noodles, but you didn't tell exactly the LLM by what does it mean by making noodles? Like, do you mean like instant ramen, like spaghetti? And they just uh on what they understood is like by noodle means maybe they give you how to make a noodle from scratch using flour, water, eggs, and you make it yourself. And when what you really meant is just how do I cook instant noodles? Well, that's just how I give some explanations. But in the end, as time went by, they start to be able to ask questions. Now when you give them questions and it's a little ambiguous, they are going to have you clarify whether they understand what your questions correctly. That's how good LLMs are right now. And then this came like automations like NAN, and I don't know about others, but this is the popular ones where you can literally connect LLMs into other softwares or setups to automate things. In example, like WhatsApp bot, but by connecting LLMs like Gemini or DeepSeek APIs, you can tell them to answer a specific questions to answer specific questions based on a basis of your business information. So you don't need to create like a 1, 2, 3 press 1, press 2, press 3 type of bot to answer a specific questions, or like have a bot WhatsApp admins to answer specific questions. Well, it is still needed, but if you have a complete information of your business that is usually being asked by customers, you can add it to the knowledge base of the LLMs, and the LLMs will become the admin. They will answer questions based on the knowledge base. That's how good LLMs are now. Like how automation works. That's just one example of what's about. You can even make, let's say, a complete business workflow. Like, have you ever seen like some people make like a complete workflow? If A, if B, then do this, do C. It's like when a business that doesn't really need physical efforts, like we only need softwares, only need human to handle things. Let's say inventories session, let's say inventory, like managing inventory management. You can actually set up an end to make an inventory management when a certain person tries to do something with trigger something on a certain items. The end, the automation bot does it things by itself. Let's say like giving it labels, like giving it names, code it, put it in a shelf, make it stored in a database, uh, print or maybe print something or do some transactions until it's finished, and then it's output, and it can be done within seconds. uh, it literally minimize or even completely discard human error on the workflow, because it is prompted a way that it will always do exactly as told. So that's just how good automation is. And there's also now we call it like there's another feature like Cloud Code, Gemini Code. I don't know if they have the name Gemini Code. Manage Google Cloud settings and how connect apps. Well, I haven't tried it out yet, but actually now, for us programmers, for let's get back to the uh, vibe coding, right? I use Cloud Code. How good this thing is! You can literally just go to your terminal, install it, install the dependency, like the library for either the GPT code or Gemini code, Cloud Code. Well, I personally use the Cloud Code, and it's very powerful. And all I need to do to like do what I need to do is first, if I want to create a new project, I just I just go to my project directory and I just type cloud and activate the cloud code and just literally told him to build something I need. So I don't need to like copy some codes, copy some information from my local to the LLMs on the website or the application. I just need to connect it into my local directory directly. And what it does, it just do its stuff. It asks for permissions. It tells you what he's going to do, and you can just click yes, 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 and it's done. It literally does all the work. Maybe I will try giving some demos right now. Let's just do it. Let's say let's open terminal. Uh, well, I recommend you use Windows PowerShell if you're on Windows, or it's even better if you guys are using Linux or Mac. I mean, Windows is pretty heavy. Let's say I want to go to my CD projects, documents. Let's just do ls. So I'm here. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Let's just create a new directory. Or let's just, you know what? Let's just, no, it's too much. I don't want it to have too much access on my local, local PC. So probably I'll make a new directory. I forgot how directory is made. My bad. Is it MacBeer? Projects? Command phone. Let's try it. So let's help. Help. Blah 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 blah. CMD lab. You know what? Let's just Google it. How to create new directory, new folder. Windows PowerShell. New item. Okay. You know what? Never mind. Let's just create it manually. Let's do new folder. Let's just name it test and just cd test. So okay, so now I'm on the test directory. I just need to, I have already installed Claude. Well, if you don't know how, you can just go to Claude AI. If you haven't, or you can just type Claude Code. And as well, actually, you need to have the subscription of Claude to be able to use Claude Code. Okay. Okay, here as you can see, connect Claude Code. There's Claude Code here, right? There's it's called petunjuk instalasi di sini. It means like the guides for installations. Okay, so just click it, and there we have. We just go to quick start. make sure you have terminal, Cloud project to work with, Cloud AI recommended, or Cloud Console account. So first, as you can see, they have guides to install it on Linux, WSL, Linux, macOS, Windows. So this is what I use, Windows PowerShell. Just copy this thing, and then step 2. This will instantly install Cloud into your local environments, but make sure you have already installed this one as well. npm install cmgn Tropic AI Cloud Code. Okay, after that, you just need to log into your account, give access when they redirect to your cloud. Premium Cloud, at least Cloud Pro is needed to be able to use Cloud Code. Okay, so here when I say I write Cloud, it instantly activates Cloud Code, and they try to ask for security permissions. So you can either choose no action or yes proceed. You just press enter, and there you go. We have Cloud Code. Now let's just probably ask how the what do you think about vibe coding? Okay, so in this stream, I'll probably just do some research on vibe coding, and probably in the end I'll just make another video that summary everything I've researched into a single compact video that is easier to understand. How have I not streamed, like record 37 minutes? Okay, it's fine. Okay. Vibe coding is an interesting approach that has trade-offs worth considering objectively. Can be assessed for typing and blah blah blah, figuring out what you actually need, helps maintain momentum and avoid analyzing paralysis. Okay, yeah. Sometimes when you are coding and you have some problems, in the past, I either ask Stack Overflow, ask my friends, ask my seniors, or I just get stuck, I have no solutions. But now with LLMs, with AIs, we don't need them anymore, which can be good and can be bad for either on how you exploit it. Good for creative purpose only when the platform isn't clear, yeah. Works well for experienced developers who have strong exactly. So that's why it's better if you have fundamentals experience in coding, developing applications before you try vibe coding. Because in the end, you don't want the AI to replace you. You need to know what exactly you are trying to do. The AI used is basically just a tool to speed up your work. Okay. Where you can create problems without some structure, you often end up refactoring heavily later or committing technical debt. Yeah, which is why when you prompt, let's go from structure first. Most programmers already have their ways to think, like programmers. Programmer minds is trained to be structured. When we try to do something, not just do, but actually in our daily life, we have, let's just say, most programmers have a structured mind, a structure way of thinking. What do we mean by that? I mean, we know things from start to end. We don't do things from mid to start to end. We do things step by step. Okay, so in coding, first of all, we do the setups for the frameworks. Oh, let's say we brainstorm first. Brainstorm. We decide how we are going to develop the project. Then we sort out the backlogs. We call it backlogs, okay? So like what we are going to do, the timeline, the start and the end. Usually, before we did this, not everyone made a visualization of this, but this is actually one of the important part of we programmers do need to do before we start creating a project, which is creating flowcharts. Okay, so we need to know how the application is going to work before we actually create the app itself. Okay, so by creating the flowcharts, we know how we are going to design the project. Let's say perfectly, okay? Like I mean, to make sure it fits what the customer wants or the user wants. So first we create the flowcharts. Then we divide it and make a backlog for the timeline. And only after that we do prototyping. What does prototyping? Prototyping is like we create a dummy or basic or a fake. Let's say just a fake. Well, a prototype is a prototype. We create a prototype of the project. We make it a simple version of the project, and we see if is it really how we want it to do. If it is already correct, we can continue. If not, we go back to brainstorming and then we create the flowchart again and we make the backlog again and start creating a new prototypes. That's the decent, the proper way on how we create projects. And then we can start doing the setups, like we set up the database, we set up the frameworks, and maybe the GitHub repositories, and etc. This is all we need to set up before we actually start creating the project. We start coding. So there's a lot of preparation we need to do to make sure that we are doing the right thing, that in the end of the project we only need to fix minor issues, not to remake major major revisions on the project, unless the customer says so. We have no power to say no when the customer says they want it to be restructured into a different way. Okay, so that's why I said that a structured mind is important. And if I don't have a later or a really technical dev, exactly. You make sure that you didn't left out any technical things you need to implement on your project, or else in the end when you discovered it late, you either have to refactor it heavily or you just leave it as a technical debt or a problem you need to solve in the future. Okay, can miss edge cases error handling that more than breach approaches catch early. Yeah, we need to make sure that we get as low as minor as less problems as we can. Harder to maintain, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. Security vulnerabilities and performance issues are easier to introduce when moving quickly. Yeah, practical middle ground. Most development usually combines elements, use the flow stats, blah blah blah, where it helps. But first step back to find an assumption of zero edge cases and reflection. The base approach often depends on context, what you are building, who is using it, and what the consequences of bugs are. Oh yeah, by the way, in my summary videos, most of them will be created by AIs, even the content itself. Well, I don't think that. I think that's one of the changes that we need to try to adapt in how information is being made. Now that we have AIs, we need to make sure that we know how to use it. We didn't uh, get behind it, and we didn't get replaced by it. Okay, that's why I love learning about AIs. Some stuff, somewhat polarizing, is partly a reaction against over-engineering and access. Yeah, over-engineering. How before I told a lot about where was it? Let's find it. Tell story button. Okay, this is how general people do it, which is most of the time is wrong. Okay, how you properly use LLMs is first. Blah, 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 blah. LLM came. Let's say that we want to make an app for blah blah blah. Okay, so then the first thing is, what is your problem? Okay, you explain your problem to the LLMs. Okay, then you want them to know the boundaries, the scope on how complex or how extended um, the problem solve the solution to your problem wants to be. Okay, and which is why, in my opinion, the best way to do that is to questions ask them to give questions about scope or boundaries. uh, then they will list like a few questions, and you just answer each one of them. And this is, in my opinion, for now, is the best way to prevent over engineering and excessive process, which sometimes it just cuts off your time. It wastes your time. It wastes your LLM resource, the limits. You want to reduce it as much as possible. So do ask the LLMs, ask more. Just don't just use it. Don't use it carelessly. Be responsible on how you use the AI. So what's okay? Right now I'm kind of pretty tired about talking for. Since it's my first video, okay, I've been talking for 15 minutes. It's pretty tiring. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be back in a few seconds. I'll get some water. Okay, so Okay, I'm back. So where should I start? Test. Okay, pretty sure my audio input is fine. If it's not fine, I'll just post it and I don't know. If it's good, it's good. It's bad, it's bad. I don't know. Okay, last where were the last about vibe coding? Okay, so that's probably everything for now. I'll just let's do Valorant streaming. Not stream. I'll do a video of Valorant. So yeah, as the channel is the channel logo is it's chill. I play games and we learn. I'll just post videos. I hope it helps. I'm not trying to get money for now. I'll just try to do streaming, improve my English, um, learn new things in the way. I don't know, maybe. Okay, so that will be all for now. Thank you if you are watching.